Go ahead, record.
See how fast that was? Hey, welcome.
I didn't even hear a thing.
I didn't hear
Yeah,
it.
I didn't. Nah,
No,
I
don't
just
don't play
lost
again.
me.
It's good. It's good.
No, no, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. That it's not playing. Anyways, let's see. Can you hear this? No. Weird. All right then. Well, anyway, welcome back to Frank Presents the Play Call. Technical difficulties with our intro music and sound effects. So bear with us. We're one short today, but June and Bree, we here on this fine Saturday. How y'all doing today?
Doing good. How are you? I'm trying to make it to where the light's not directly in my face, but y'all can still see me.
Yeah, I had a good day today. Went to the gym with Ava, and then we went to the pool for like 5 minutes because it's about to rain, so they told us we had to leave. It was a good time. June, what about yourself, man? I see you driving. You know what I'm saying? It was good.
Yeah, I'm driving the loaner, man. You know, I'm not too happy right now with the dealership, so I'm not gonna put them on blast until I get the car. But I'm not too happy, you know.
I don't blame you. Not when you had that in the driveway. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So you
I
see
told
this?
the guy,
Go ahead, June. Sorry.
no, I told the guy today, I said, the maintenance guy, I said, man, it's a shame when my car has been in your dealership longer than it's been in my garage.
And what he said?
You're right, man. You're right. You just can't say anything about it because you know.
What's wrong with it?
When they delivered the car initially, they cracked the front lip when it got off the truck, and they replaced the lip, but there were scratches on the bumper, and they got to replace the whole thing. You know, it's a brand new car, one brand new car.
And that it has the sensors, right? It has the cameras and everything.
Yeah, man, it has like 12
Yeah,
cameras. It's crazy.
yeah, that's not even a regular bumper either. So, yeah, it's crazy. Well, hopefully you get it back. It's a nice car. You sent it to us, so it's dope. What's up, Bree?
So the other night, my dad called me, and it was like really, really late, right? So as you can see, this beautiful empty wall behind me, right? My dad made me measure it, to see how tall it is, right? Because he said he's just gonna order the wallpaper that I'm gonna put on there. And I told him that if that wallpaper comes here before he comes here, I'm putting it up by myself.
What he said?
So he said, no, I'm not.
So you measured it?
Yeah, but so funny story. I was like, Dad, I don't have a tall ladder to get all the way to the top. He goes, Brianna, your guest room is the same height as your bedroom. Go stand on your dresser in your bedroom and go put it at the top and bring it down. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
that's smart. Yeah.
Hey, sometimes as parents we think outside the box. It comes to us, but then it could be us too getting told by our kids what we should be doing. So
Yeah, but I was like, why do you want me to measure? He said, because I can start looking at the different wallpapers, like the black wallpapers that you want, and I can start go ahead and getting the wallpapers now and sending it to you. So we don't got to worry about when is it gonna come when I get there, because they're coming in September. And because
September
that's
what?
that's when my dad can take at the end of September. That's when my dad can take off work.
Okay.
So I was like, if that wallpaper is just sitting there, I'm gonna itch to put it up and do everything by myself. And
My
there's
brother
no
might retire in
no
September.
point of view. There's no point of view,
Yeah.
helping me put this wallpaper up. It's gonna be here for 2 months. When you come, my podcast room is gonna be done. Just saying. And this was his job, actually.
Yeah, I know, because you're not playing. You ain't wasting.
And I did his job. I did 70% of his job, actually.
Well, let's get started then. What's the first?
Yes.
Take us away.
So the first topic is Undisputed is taking a break. Undisputed that announced that they are going to take a 2-month hiatus. Hold on. Yep, undisputed. Skip Bayless is taking a 2-month hiatus because he's struggling to replace Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp's exit moved way faster than expected, so they have no choice but to go hiatus. Skip has never done anything like this during all his years. Now he wants Charles Barkley to replace Skip. But there's also speculations that Shady McCoy might be the one to replace him on Undisputed.
I think I don't like the Charles Barkley. I don't know how much he knows about football. I've never heard him talk about anything but basketball. So I don't know how interesting he would be on there. Shady McCoy, I like Shady. Shady, you know, he's how can I put it? I like what he doesn't speak, but I also feel that one of the main gears that makes Speak run besides Acho is Joy Taylor. Shady sometimes views, I like him, but then
I took a screenshot of a tweet for the next topic.
There's things about him that I think would be great with Skip, but I don't know if he can. I don't know. I was Skip. Him taking 2 months off. I don't blame him. I think that Shannon Sharp leaving really hurt him. I know they had their disagreement on air, and it, I felt he was disrespectful. Excuse me, but he brought him on. He's the one that wanted Shannon Sharp there for a reason. Shannon said, "I'm out." I think it really hurt him. I think that chemistry they had, he's not going to find anywhere else. So what I would,
and it wasn't because of their differences. It was just because they couldn't negotiate a contract with.
Yeah, and now Club Shay Shay's getting big. You know what I'm saying? He's become a bigger star. He's transitioned very well from football to broadcasting to this. And I don't blame him. Listen, I'm gonna buy my contract out. I got a bigger market now. I'm good. Thank you, Skip, for what you did for me. Thank you, Fox. But now I'm gonna take my talents and do my own thing. But if I would Skip, and I don't know, June, if you agree with this or not. What I would have did was, instead of not recording anymore, I would have rotated several people out and see who I have the best chemistry with. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of what they did when Chris Carter left. First things first, Nick stayed on, right? And then they brought other people on until they pivoted and changed the team the way they needed it. So I think that's what he should have did instead of 2 months off, because now I don't even know who they have. I think it's Carton or something like that.
I think he doesn't have anybody right now, but I also think 2 months, they only cover football and basketball. That gives him this month and next month before the football season starts to find somebody. So there's nothing that he could really talk about right now. But he did say on his on the Skip Bayless show, he said, and I quote, "Please let me annihilate you on a daily basis. Let me barbecue chicken out of you. Please, 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 Charles, come be this damn idiot's debate partner," meaning myself.
Isn't it because Charles Barkley been taking stabs at him too? He's tired of Charles Barkley dissing him and disrespecting him.
Yeah, that's why he said, "Come be the damn idiot's debate partner."
Yeah. So do you think he should rotate through people until he finds the right one, or you think the 2-month hiatus is what he needs to do until they find the right person?
I think you hit it right, bro. There's a radio show right now. Found a replacement, a permanent one. I can put them out there, but they were rotating different co-hosts, and they were rotating them for a week, and it, just to see what fits well. And even me as a listener, I was just listening to the chemistry that they had, and I was listening to their input, and on a weekly basis, and I thought that worked, beautifully. The second week that I heard it, there was like a new co-host. I was like, what the hell is going on? But it was just temporary. So I think you're right, man. I think if they were rotate different people or whatnot just to see who fits what, I think that'd be dope. You can see the ratings too. You know what I mean? Like the different ratings for the different folks.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree. Okay, our next topic. So, Stephen A. Smith about to be about the ESPN layoff. So ESPN has been laying off a lot of people. Their college game day co-hosts or hosts, a lot of big names that people watch on a daily basis on ESPN. Stephen A. Smith said, "I could be next. This ain't the end. More is coming. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I could be next. Let me tell you something. Don't ever, ever, ever in your life as a Black person take anything for granted." He also stated that on Max Kellerman being gone, he stated that he's not happy, that he is gone. ESPN names of longtime ESPN employees hit the newswires as the next persons to be laid off. Few on-air hosts seem safe. However, there's a short list of ESPN signees who are surely above the cut line, including Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and Stephen A. Smith. So a lot of people saying that they're cutting all these people is because they're making money or making room because they're trying to get Shannon Sharpe on ESPN. That's what the talk is.
I don't know how true that is. To get rid of
I don't know how true it is. That's what's the talk now.
We get rid of Stephen A. Smith to bring Shannon Sharpe. No disrespect to Shannon Sharpe, but he's not Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith been there. That he's one of the pillars of that ESPN thing. You know what I'm saying? So they got rid of Jalen Rose, Max Kellerman. They're getting rid of people. To me, it just seems like the company's downsizing. And what it's going to do is make Fox Sports and other sports, like CBS Sports, anything like that. Hey, come over here. Come to Death Row. You know what I'm saying? If you're tired of your producers dancing in the video, come over here and hang out with us. And I think Fox Sports, FS1, can really capitalize from this if they're smart, because if you get a person like Stephen A. Smith, if ESPN lets him go, which I don't think they should, but if they do, and he comes over to Fox Sports on his own, now you have him, you have Skip, and then the other team key players are building up too. Bro, it'll be ridiculous. It'll be crazy to what they would do. And if it's to bring Shannon Sharpe, I don't even think Shannon Sharpe wants to work for another company. Why would you do that when you have your own platform? You have Club Shay Shay. I would not go anywhere else. If I want to talk sports, I can do a sports edition of Club Shay Shay. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go. Why? You're your own boss, bro. I wouldn't. Why? For what? No. And if they got rid of people like that, and they're getting rid of people that have been there for decades to make room for you, what's going to happen when the next hottest person come out and they want them? You're going too, bro. So I don't know. No. If they get rid of Stephen A. Smith, they either hurting for money or they're going in a different direction, and it's not that no more.
Facts.
Yeah, I think ESPN is crazy, especially Bart Scott's still there. Good Lord, that would have been the first person. That would have been
Correct. Yeah, he could have got. Yeah, he could get going anytime.
Okay, next topic. Okay. So I think because I remember it before, I remembered it and we forgot to talk about it. And it was Tyreek Hill's assault case. So in the middle of June, Tyreek Hill assaulted a boat owner of a boat that he was on. So basically the backstory of that was that he got in a disagreement. His NFL agent was with him and jumped off of the boat to wrestle a shark in the ocean. And the boat owner asked Tyreek Hill if he wanted to do that as well. Tyreek Hill said, and I quote, "Hell no, I'm not doing that shit." It turned into an argument and he slapped the boat owner, and the boat owner wants to press charges. So if the boat owner does decide to press charges like Bill, he will be facing legal action at the beginning of the season and might miss a couple of games.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You know what I'm saying? Again, we've had this conversation ad nauseum since we've recorded this podcast. Since before it was Frank Presents the Play Call, when it was still under unsolicited advice. You make so much money. What are you doing? I just don't understand it. I don't. I was watching Drink Champs today, and Tony Yayo was saying how 50 Cent like to have different lawyers on standby. You know, if you catch a body, you got a lawyer for that. If it's a Fed case, you got a lawyer for that. And it's because people like, want to sue stuff. So he was like, yo, if we at a place and the guy don't want to move and we snuff him and we break his jaw, now we got to get a lawyer, but we go to court, we're going to spend more money going to court to fight the lawsuit than it is just to pay him $80,000 to keep his mouth shut. Bro,
Right.
But I say all that to say this, Tyreek, if you're going to do some dumb stuff, just pay the mug off, bro. You did it.
So it says, so the update from June 28th was the alleged assault involving Miami Dolphins Tyreek Hill receiver will now become legal issues if the victim decides to press charges, Miami-Dade police confirmed. Officers described this incident as an argument that became physical. Police said that the alleged victim, who works for Kelly Fishing Fleet, was at his job on a charter boat at the marina when he noticed so there's more. When they noticed two women on a fishing charter without permission. Hill was allegedly involved in that conflict. It started when the agent, super agent Drew, don't know how to say his last name, was wrestling a shark while on the fishing trip with Dolphin star Tyreek Hill. One of the fishermen asked Hill if he wanted to join Drew in the water, and Tyreek answer was hell no, I'm not doing that shit. It then stemmed to an argument where the worker of the boat stated that there were two women on the charter that weren't even supposed to be there, and that's when he slapped him.
First off, you're a millionaire. Why are you charting a boat anyways when you could just buy or rent your own boat and go out on your own? I don't help me out here, bro. If we athletes, man, let's say the podcast blows up and we're making millions of dollars on endorsements and stuff. Why the hell am I gonna come to Florida and charter a boat when I could? Hey, I'm gonna buy my own boat. I'm gonna rent my own boat. We're gonna get a boat license,
and I can have whoever I want on there.
Exactly. And if you're my agent. And you see me I don't care if you're wrestling why are you wrestling a shark in the first place? They
have a video on Twitter of him actually wrestling the shark in the water.
We're not gonna. That's how people die, okay, or lose limbs and stuff. But anyways, you're supposed to make sure that I'm not doing anything stupid as my agent. Because if I do something stupid and you lose my contract, you lose money.
Don't grab him. Don't grab him, Drew. Don't grab him, Drew.
First, man, listen, I'm not gonna be in no water with no shark. Okay,
he's grabbing a shark by the tail.
Yeah, he's dumb. He's dumb. That's dumb people problems because I'm not doing that. I don't know, Drew. What's your take on it, man? Like,
exactly what you said, man. All this money, and you want to, you know what? All this money and you want to put your hands on somebody. It's just you put yourself in a dumb situation, man. Like you really put yourself in a dumb situation. It doesn't matter how light the slap was. If you slap my hair, I'm hurt. You know. I mean, it is what it is.
Especially if you're a millionaire, you could poke my cheek.
I'm 6'1" at 275. He's how tall? He can do this to me right here, just this, and I'm falling back. I'm gonna be concussed like Tua, and I'm just gonna be like, oh God, and then I'm gonna catch PTSD because I'm gonna take you to court. I'm suing you, fam. I want money. That's stupid. He's stupid. These guys are dumb. I don't know what they're thinking about, but you know what? It doesn't matter because they got enough money to pay for their stupidity.
June, if you were an NFL agent, would you wrestle with the shark?
Hell no, I wouldn't. I hate getting up. Look, I'm not gonna lie. When I go to the beach, I'm not getting in the water. I don't know what's on the bottom that could creep up, bite my toe. You know what I mean? You just never know. Sometimes I step on a little shell and I'm panicking because I don't know if that's a little crab that's trying to bite me or something. You know? No way.
That's funny. Sorry, I had candy in my mouth.
Hmm?
I said I had candy in my mouth. So DeAndre Hopkins says that he'll retire from football once he's not an 1,000-yard receiver. He stated, "I'll retire from football when I'm not a 1K yard receiver." With that said, I was on pace for hitting 1,400 yards last year. One significant injury in 11 years. I might be playing till I'm 37. He's 30, so he's saying basically 6 more years.
Okay.
And he's still not signed.
Well, he hasn't even chosen the team.
Yeah, so he gets to pick the team.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't even.
I wonder. Oh, do you guys think that he's being a diva? I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking.
No, I think he's just trying to find like his right fit.
Correct.
On wanting to win, wanting to have that quarterback that, you know, is going to make him keep his 1,000 yards, you know? And I just think he's like doing soul searching, honestly,
I
on
think
what's going to be the best team for him to that way he can keep excelling.
I think he's doing the right thing, man. Listen, he's 30 years old. I know he's saying he wants to play till he's 37 or whatever, until he can't run 1,000 yards no more, average 1,000 in a season. But the truth is, a wide receiver, again, we've said this before. We don't, if you was athletes, we're not going to go play a sport and make it to the pros just to make it to the pros. You know, our goal a lot of times is to be the best we're going to be and win that ultimate prize, which is that championship, you know? So him being 30, you already went from the Texans to the Cardinals. That didn't pan out for you because your quarterback wants to play Call of Duty instead of actually doing film study and trying to take any lessons so he can give you a better quarterback, especially because he's short. But, you know, and then you're there. So now you want to go somewhere else. Where do you go? Do you take the money? Do you go where the money's going to be and say, F the ring, I'm going to get paid? Or do you go where you have a chance of winning a ring? And if I'm him, I'm a hot commodity. I want the ring. Because, you know, look, Dan Marino said it when Big Ben went to his first Super Bowl, made him the youngest one at the time. And Marino at one point was the youngest. And
I think Ben is still the youngest.
Yeah. I think so too. So
yeah. If Jalen Hurts would have won, he would have been the youngest.
And he was like, his advice to him was,
I like how Drew
he said, don't take it for granted because you think you could come back and never come back. And Marino said that's one of his biggest regrets. He always thought, well, I'll be back next year or I'll be back again. And he was never back. So if I'm him, I don't think he's being a diva. I think he's trying to figure out the best fit for him. Like Bree said, what quarterback can get me the 1,000 yards? You know, as much as I hate to say this, and it's gonna pain me because I would love him to go to New England, but if he's taking that ring, I'll go to the Chiefs. I'll go to the Chiefs, get a one.
They need a wide receiver one.
Get a 1 year, get a 1 year, 2 year deal. Just do that one or 2 year deal. You know what I'm saying? Take a team friendly deal, go there. If you win a ring within the next 2 years, you met it, and then you go somewhere else and get your bag. Because, you know, the Chiefs proven it don't win with whoever they got on that team. So I think that's, if I was him, that's what I would do. I would go to Chiefs. Maybe the Chargers. Or I would go NFC and go to the Eagles.
Yeah. But if he goes to the Eagles, who are they going to sit out?
There could be a 1, 2, and 3.
Well, that's the good thing is that with him there, who you going to double coverage? Smith?
Yeah.
Brown? Him? You know what I'm saying? Who you going to double cover? Who you, and then you got to count that then you got to count for Jalen maybe scrambling out the pocket. Or who's your wide receiver?
The running back?
The running back, yeah. Rashad
Swift.
And Swift. And they signed Swift from
So again, and y'all got a tight end. So it's like with him there, it makes it so hard for a defense to pick and choose who they're going to take
Then
away.
you better make some phone calls.
You know, and truth be told, he's not going to go to San Francisco because San Francisco doesn't even know who their quarterback is going to be right now. They're saying Purdy might be on target. If Purdy's not on target, we know it's going to be Sam Darnold because they're not going to put Trey Lance in there. You know what I mean? Now the difference is that 49ers have a system that is proven that no matter who's in that center, they could win games. So I mean, if I was him in the AFC, I would go Chiefs, maybe Chargers, or
I'll even say Texans, honestly.
Texans or even Ravens, because Odell does have issues staying healthy. Go to Ravens. That's gonna help Odell more than anything. Or if the NFC, I go Eagles, maybe Eagles. I can't think of another team. Eagles.
Don't say Cowboys.
Maybe.
But
They still got that. Oh, or New York, the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Hey, maybe
I hate to say this.
Danny Dimes' completion rate will be higher.
Yep. On target
I hate to
percentage.
say this,
On
but,
target percentage will be higher.
Yeah, I know, right? He already led last year. He threw about 55 passes. But anyway, I mean, what if you slap him in the Jags? Let's be real.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I think, you got Christian Kirk over there. You got Ridley over there. Then you put Hopkins over there. I mean,
but they also have Zay Jones too.
Mm-hmm.
and Zay Jones, yeah, true. Still, like it just be another who do you double cover? Because I mean, even with those three right there, who do you double cover?
And it's also what team has the money to sign him too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans.
But then
they
again,
just paid their rookie $35 million.
But my thing is, think about it. If I'm him again, let's look at what's more important. Is it the ring or is it the money?
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the Texans, there's no guarantee you're going to have Super Bowl in the next 5 years.
No, but if you go to the Texans, you have first of all, you have CJ Stroud as your quarterback, who was the best quarterback in this draft class. Don't know how he wasn't picked first, Then all those moves they made in the offseason, they have a new head coach, a whole new coaching system. So you don't know what they're going to do.
You're right. We don't. So, I mean, it's again, I don't think he's being a diva.
Jets.
He could
be on the other side of Wilson and Lazard. Lazard,
and him. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, speaking of three, take it away.
Oh, wait, before we move on to that next topic. So there's a New England's Patriots player named Jonathan Jones. Sorry, there's motion at my front door. It's my neighbors. He decides to tweet, "I understand rules are rules, but I could risk my life so that my team wins, but I can't risk 1,000 on my team winning." But it gets better. It gets better, right? It gets 10 times better, right? Someone then says, "Mr. Jones, the reason for that is because it ruins the integrity of games. Who's to say players don't start betting on their teams to lose and purposely throwing games to win bets?" He replies, "You could limit bets to be only for your team's benefits."
It's the same guy that got caught with guns at the airport.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, to stay off Twitter, bro.
Then someone said, "You've made over 26 million in your career. What's the fun in $1,000 bets?" Someone also says, "You can literally bet on any other sports to feed that addiction since you want to bet so bad." He goes, "I don't bet on sports. I'm just arguing the logic." Then why open your mouth and cause this mayhem? Now you're being talked about on NFL Network, on ESPN, like they did say that all rookies have to take a betting course now, like a 2-week betting course before the season starts. Bill, you should send him TAD to this course.
Yeah.
So he could.
Send him TAD.
Yeah, cut him no cost orders on his dime.
Yeah.
He definitely needs it. You know, these players, he's stupid. That's stupid. That, you know, he's one of mine. And this is just a bad thing. It's just like, bro, you're already in hot water with the gun charge at the airport. And, you know, why would you open? I would even be on Twitter. Okay. The only thing you're going to see on Twitter, Instagram's new app that is supposed to shut down Twitter. I forgot the name of it.
Threads.
Threads. Yeah.
Follow me on Threads. I just created an account.
Yeah, just follow all of us because I'm on it as well. Threads, anything, IG, Snapchat, nothing. Your only thing you're gonna see is me talking about education and firearms, talking to kids about violence, against violence, all that. You're not gonna hear me talking about, oh well, I don't understand what's the hard. No, bro, there's no betting. That's it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Stop discussing it, bro. Get off Twitter. Somebody.
Yeah, I can see it in the department hair call. Who's this guy belong to? Whose sailor is this? Yeah.
And you can see Bill Belichick just
Yeah,
shake his head.
in his head. Telling
Hey, nah, he be trying to take off from him. Like, what he do? Nah, he didn't do that.
Telling
The hell he did.
a counseling shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why you can't
That's
really
funny.
just tweet all of your feelings because he got roasted by fans in there. One fan even tagged at NFL Comish, the commissioner. We all know who he is, and said, "Do you want to answer his question?" And Jonathan Jones didn't reply to that person's tweet and says, "Yeah, answer the question."
Again, pick and choose your battles, my man.
Please. I know Bill's probably not upset with that because it was all over everywhere the other day.
I'll be so mad. I'll be so mad. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Oh.
And then we have just one more topic before we get to the pictures, and we can talk about the other thing because it falls into the pictures. So I mean that this could also fall into it as well. So the New York Jets are another team that are itching or trying to get Dalvin Cook now added to their team. So it's Miami, Dallas, and now the Jets are looking into signing Dalvin Cook. Where do you think he'll best fit?
You said Jets, Miami, who else?
Dallas Cowboys.
See, Dallas needs a number 2. Pollard and him will be a great punch. But the problem with Dallas is you still got Dak under center. So you're still going to run into the problems. The Jets sounds very enticing. It does. It does.
His brother plays for the Bills and told him to go to New York.
But also, Miami's not bad either.
It's not.
But Hill, Waddle, Tua, you got Mostert there. You got some hitters. It's just, to me, again, it goes back to like where with the whole DeAndre Hopkins, if he went to the Eagles, who they would cover, right? It's the same thing. You know, when you played in Miami, you got to cover Waddle and Hill, which leaves a lot of opportunity for everybody else to be successful, right? So, excuse me, because they're both 1,000-yard receivers last year. So, if I again, people like him, I probably do a year deal, 2-year deal, 1 year with a second-year option deal type contract, and I will go see what happens. I don't expect. I don't know. I think Miami be number 1 on my list, then Jets, and then Cowboys. Jets and Cowboys. So yeah, Miami, Jets, then Cowboys for me. June.
I think it will have to be a team with a solid other number one or a solid number two. Just given the fact of how injury prone he could be, it wouldn't be a team where he could be the main man. I would have to have some type of support. And if I had to pick a team right now, it would probably have to be the Cowboys, just given the fact that Pollard's coming from the ACL surgery, and we don't know how dominant he's going to be coming off of that surgery and how strong he's going to be. Not saying
Yeah.
he's not going to be great, but I think it'll alleviate the stress and pressure to Pollard, given that Pollard's going to be the franchise eventually, and you could still use Cook for the next year or two until Pollard is 110%. So I don't know. I would have to pick Dallas just to benefit them.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take him too. Don't get me wrong.
I knew you were going to say that.
Because he'd take everybody in the Eagles. Listen.
Okay. Who would be picked up first? Ezekiel Elliott or Dalvin Cook?
Cook.
Oh,
I say this.
Elliott still ain't picked up yet. Shoot.
Teams aren't even talking about him.
Mm-hmm. He put a video up him running drills and stuff.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, he looks faster and better than ever." And someone said, "Y'all been saying this for the last 5 years."
That's a fact.
This is not football related really fast, but they hold on, I'm drawing a blank. I was laughing at it so hard yesterday. The men's USA team, they released the men's USA basketball, basketball team. And it was so funny because someone in the comments said, "Those are great players for the bench, but where's the starting five?" Question mark. And it had like Austin Reeves on there. It was it was a lot of players, but none of them like star play. There's like no star NBA players, and I just thought that was the funniest thing. I choked so hard laughing. Sorry, people are just hilarious.
No,
All right, so look at Aaron Rodgers. This picture was taken 3 days ago of Aaron Rodgers working out. New York Jets, ripped, looks better than he did in Green Bay. I don't even think he was like this in 2011 when he won a Super Bowl. He didn't look like this.
I like it. I like the discipline.
Yeah, I do too. Like, I like this 180 he did, whatever dark retreat he was at when he made this decision. You could tell like he looks and feels better than ever.
Oh, bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was gonna say, and Frank had a question about Aaron Rodgers and the Jets as I put this daddy-like picture.
So no, first off, he is focused. First off, let's identify the differences this year than it was the year before and the year prior, especially last year when we felt that because we spoke about this in preseason, that we felt he should have been out there during training camp establishing a rapport with his receivers, and he didn't. And you could tell it showed that he didn't have it throughout the season, and it started getting better towards the end of the season. But by then it was too late. He had a bad season. It is what it is. So, my question to you guys, and I'll answer it first and then pass it off to June and then Bree, is what is a successful year for the Jets this year? Is it Super Bowl or nothing? Is it a playoff appearance? Or is it just a winning record? In my opinion, they're in a tough division. The AFC East is tough. They're arguably the number 3 team, and Patriots being number 4, So 1 and 2 is Bills and Dolphins, however you want to slice it up. But then after that is the Jets. So I don't expect playoff to be the number 1 goal. I think that for me, a successful tour for them would be a winning record. And if they make it to the playoffs, great. But like, let's say a 10-7, and better numbers for Rodgers would be great, in my opinion. That's what I think what success would be. June, what is your take on that?
Man, that's very, very tough. I was watching First Take the other day, and not First Take, Get Up.
Mhm.
And the reason I say it's tough when you bring that up, it's kind of hard for me to sit here and say, man, the Jets are going to have all this success this year, right? And it's not because I don't believe in the players. It's just based off of their freaking schedule right off the rip, man. Let me just tell you the first 6 games, their first 6 games, they play the Bills on week 1. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Then they go play the Cowboys week 2, right? Which I think is about their if I had to rank them, they're ranked about the same. And then they play the Patriots, then they play the Chiefs, then they play the Broncos, and then they play the Eagles. And now that's just their first, and then they play the Giants afterwards. But that's just the first 6 games right there. Which to me, for them to have a successful season, um, they would have to break even. They would have to be 500 after week 6, or a game above. And I don't rank them that high. I don't rank them being 6-0. I don't rank them being 5-1, 4-2. I honestly see them being 3-3 after the first 6 games. And I think that to me is success, given the fact that it's their first full year together, and we don't know what Rodgers is bringing with him and his Packers. Get it? And his Packers, his whole team was Packers. But with him and his Packers, and Jets team to the table, aside from the Jets folks. So that's why it's kind of hard for me to say what kind of success, but I think a 500 or above will be successful in the beginning of the season.
Okay. Bree?
I think for them this season, with the hype around them, their quarterback, also bringing in Lazard, you have the offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, at least a playoff debut will be super successful, especially with their first 6 games being a super hard first quarter of their season. If they make it to the playoffs and bounce from those 6 tough games of the first 6 weeks, like that's successful in my opinion.
Do you feel that we can get Aaron Rodgers from 2 years ago?
I think we can get Aaron Rodgers from 2009 to 2015.
Okay.
I can't look at him. He's giving daddy vibes.
But the reason I asked that is because that's gonna the success of this team is really predicated on what he does as a quarterback to carry them there.
But also look at the Jets. The Jets weren't too bad last season. They weren't, So yeah, they got a quarterback, and then they added Lazard. Let's say they do add Dalvin Cook. Let's say they do add Dalvin Cook. Let's say they decide to add Dalvin Cook. I still think, I think the way he's going with this team, the camaraderie he has with this team. There's a TikTok video that the Jets posted where one of their media teams asked players after practice, who's your favorite person on the team? And 90% of them said Aaron Rodgers is my best, like my favorite person on this team. He's shown to be a good team leader. The guys really get along with them. They hang out outside of the practice field. I think he took that page out of Brady's book when it comes to, having that team building and that teamwork outside of the field, getting to know your players, X, Y, and Z. So we're seeing a whole new Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion.
Okay.
When has the Packers ever posted Aaron Rodgers working out like this?
He wasn't involved.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't involved. Like Shady said, McCoy said, sometimes it's good to get a start somewhere else, a fresh start. I think he has something to prove. I think Rodgers, we all know he don't like certain things. And, they were making fun of something on Speak, and they were trying to say that his numbers was just as bad as Russell's. And, Shady was like, nah, Russell's was worse. Russell's was hot garbage. And I'm thinking like, bro, they're about the same all year. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like one blew out the other. So,
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, I hope that I hope he comes very competitive, and he doesn't. I hope that if they have a slow start, right? If they have like a 0-3 start, I hope that that doesn't. I hope that that doesn't. I don't know. Change his work ethic, so to speak, or his play ethic. I hope that he still doesn't quit on them if they have a extremely slow start, and he keep that competitive nature throughout the entire season if they're not where they need to be.
Yeah, I agree. Or deal
I-
with media. New York media is very different than Green Bay. Green Bay is a very small market compared to New York. So, we'll see what he does.
Both in their prime, who would you rather have? So you have Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, all
Same.
day.
Same. I was gonna start rapping one of his raps.
Oh gosh.
And I'm on point and I'm sharp, bro. So every time you see me out, everybody be starstruck. I wake up real early now and I get the greens like a Starbucks. My
Oh
team
god.
full of stardust. So y'all don't want to make a startup.
Where's that blue button on here?
Y'all, my haters, man, wish you well.
You said what's the what button?
The little blue button.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell, man.
That's Le'Veon's song. Like,
Dude was a problem. Listen, he was a problem.
okay, next. You're an expansion team with the first pick of the draft. Who do you draft first? So you have Ronnie Lott, Randy Moss, Ray Lewis, Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders, Lawrence Taylor, Troy Polamalu, and Tom Brady.
Okay.
You are an expansion team. Who would you first pick on the draft?
So
With the first pick on the draft, who would you draft first?
They've messed up the names. Look at Deion Sanders and Barry Sanders. They're not the same person.
Yeah, they're not the
Yeah. This is interesting because, depending who you speak to, they might go defense first.
I will go defense first.
So if you went defense first, and I'm looking at who's up here, I'm going Lawrence Taylor. That's just, hey, Lawrence Taylor smoked crack right before the game and come hungover and still get 1,000 sacks and take out.
Maybe I'm biased. I'm picking Troy Polamalu first. Like,
yeah,
what? Knowing what he's gonna do, let's say, I'm like, I think that he's gonna be one of the greatest players of all time in my franchise. Boom, I'm picking.
I could say the same thing about Lawrence being the only defensive player to get MVP ever in the 100 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So, no, listen, I think you can't go wrong. But if we're being honest and we're looking at starting a franchise, there's only one quarterback up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're going to go with the quarterback. People say that's the most important position. But if I'm looking at defense, I'm definitely going Lawrence Taylor. If I'm going to go offense, then I'm going to go with Tom Brady. But you can't go wrong with any one of these guys up here. Ronnie Lott, Deion Sanders, Lawrence Taylor, Troy Polamalu, and Ray Lewis are all defensive players. Then you have 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, and a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly, whoever made this list up believes that defense is where you want to go. That they put 5 up there.
Because a lot of people go defense first in a draft.
And Troy and Ronnie were both, and Barry, I think, were both safeties.
Mm-hmm.
Corners. They're in the backfield. Ray Lewis and Lawrence Taylor were the only ones up front. So, just tells you how much stock they had. But all these guys, are people that impacted the game.
Yes.
Same.
And their teams as well.
Exactly. So it's like when you sit here and look at these and you're trying to start an expansion team, it really goes on who the owner and what the coach want. Because every last player on this list is somebody that's either a whole
Art Rooney and Mike Tomlin told me they wanted someone with long curly hair.
Yeah, they with Troy. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, like it anybody up here would affect the game some serious. So you can't go wrong. But if I was going offense, obviously I'm going Tom Brady, and if I'm going defense, Lawrence Taylor. Troy's not bad though. Don't get me wrong, he's up there.
Troy's not bad at all.
Exactly. None of these guys are. That's what I'm saying.
They're all great. Think about it, right? if you close your eyes and if you say, think of like one of the greatest players to ever play for Minnesota, everyone's going to say Randy Moss.
Yep.
You're going to close your eyes and say, give me one of the best defensive players for Pittsburgh Steelers. People are always going to say Troy Polamalu. You're going to say, give me one of the greatest Giants. Everybody's going to say Lawrence Taylor. You know, when you hear Baltimore, you think of Ray Lewis. Like,
yeah, right. You're right.
June?
Man, it's crazy, you know, because I always think about, damn, man, Barry Sanders, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and like you guys said, they're all good, so it's kind of hard to just sit here and pick somebody first. But I'm gonna go ahead and I might have to pick Randy, to be honest with you. That's a first round draft pick. I'm gonna get him that ring, Randy. I'm gonna get you that ring, buddy. Trust in me.
Okay, next. Okay. Fantasy football. Who is your number one overall fantasy football pick? Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, Jamar Chase, Travis Kelce, or other. So we're all playing fantasy, and we each got the first pick. Who are we picking first?
Jamar Chase.
Non-PPR.
Get out of here.
Jamar Chase. Well, you're right. So if I was doing PPR, I might go Christian McCaffrey because then I'm gonna get points either way. But I like wide receivers, especially in PPR. You can go wide receivers. You get a person like Jamar Chase. He can easily get you 10 points just off catches alone. So I'm going Jamar Chase, first one out the gate.
I always like either a quarterback running back duo, or I like a quarterback tight end duo. So if I'm have first round pick, I'm always going to either pick a tight end or a running back first, because my second pick is going to be the quarterback. So if I'm picking first, I'm out of this list, I'm going to pick Travis Kelce. That's just me. June?
Hey, I'm gonna go with my main man, 400 grand, and that's Austin Eckler. This dude gave me he averaged on a bad day, on a PPR league, on a bad day, he was averaging like 24 points a game, and that's on a bad day. I mean, shoot, man, he got me the rings, both rings that I got this past year, But I'm gonna go with Austin Eckler. I think he's a freaking beast. He's like he's his own type of breed. But if I had to compare him, I'll compare him with Darren Sproles of this era.
Not bad. That's a good comparison because he does fit that mold. Yeah, anybody, I wouldn't go Travis Kelce first. But I would do any other four you can't go wrong with, or unless you go under, and then you probably pick
I had an Amazon package come in. I apologize.
I'm trying to think, man, what other person you can pick other than these 4 or 5 guys. It's gonna get you points consistently.
I mean, CeeDee Lamb was you know what I mean?
I mean,
points.
That's if he's completely healthy after his surgery.
Tyreek Hill's another one. Yeah,
AJ Brown,
Garrett Wilson.
Nah, AJ Brown, I had him last year, man. That dude, y'all team was pissing me off at times, man. He only get 2 catches and 50 yards, and I'm sitting here looking like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, no. I think in fantasy, if you can get consistency out of players, like you said, Austin Eckler averaging X amount of points per game, even on a bad day. People like James White, when he used to play for the Patriots, I would pick him because he was always going to get catches. Like Edelman, he might not get the explosive yardage and might not get a touchdown, but he'll probably get 100 yards with 10 catches. That's a good game. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But yeah, Jamar Chase for me though. What else, Bree?
Okay. Best all-time running back, fullback for every franchise NFC edition. So these are who they say every best all-time running back fullback for their franchise. Do we agree?
I was looking for Mike Allstott. Hell yeah. Sean Alexander, Frank Gore, Marshall Faulk, Otis Anderson, Michael Turner. I remember Turner, Ingram. But Ingram was part of that 1-2 combo with Alvin Kamara. So
Yeah.
Jeffrey's still a beast. Mike Allstott, Emmitt Smith, obviously. Steve Van Buren's probably way before my time, but if he's up there, I'm gonna go with it. Riggins, Tiki Barber, yes, I remember him, and I kind of wish he would have got a run with the Giants. Adrian Peterson, definitely for the Vikings. Barry Sanders, of course, Lions. Walter Payton. Now for the Packers, I probably would have went Ahman Green. Green was nice for them when I used to there, and I used to abuse him.
I don't know who Jim Taylor is though. So
now I don't remember him, but he's probably on the Green Bay Packer DVD set I have. So I probably have to go back and watch it to see who he is.
Okay. Now, best all-time running back, fullback for every franchise, AFC edition.
Yeah, Jamal Charles was a beast. He was. LT was also another beast. Marcus Allen, yes. Terrell Davis, clearly the X factor for them.
Fred Taylor.
Yep. Earl Campbell, Fred Taylor.
Aaron
Aaron Foster when he was healthy. Jim Nantz, yeah. Again, Patriots cycled through so many. This is before Brady was even there. This is in the probably 80s and 70s and junk. But for me, I would probably go Kevin Falk or James White. They were very pivotal in consistency. But anyway, Larry Zonka too, Curtis Martin, Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, Jim Brown, Corey Dillon, and Nixon's actually stepping up too. Corey Dillon played for us as well. And Jamal Lewis was a problem too. I mean, what about Ray Rice? He was a beast for the Ravens.
Yeah, Ray Rice was a monster.
Yeah, I think all these was good. I obviously these are the main guys that stand out. But let me see. Marcus Allen got a Super Bowl, right? Terrell Davis Super Bowl. Edgerrin James got a Super Bowl. Did Larry Zonka get one with the Dolphins? Not sure.
I'm not sure.
Get one with the Patriots? I'm not sure. But Franco Harris got one. Jim Brown, I think he has an NFL championship, not a Super Bowl. Corey Dillon, I don't think have one, and Jamal Lewis might have one with the Ravens. I have to look that up since nobody brought my iPad upstairs. I'm gonna pull it up. I'll let you know. Hold on, because I know Terrell Davis was like a big reason why the Broncos won, and had to retire because of migraines. God knows what his career would have looked like if he never retired. What we said, Larry. Let's see. Yeah, Hall of Fame. Yep, Super Bowl MVP. Super Bowl 8 MVP. He's a 2-time champion, Larry Zonka. And then who else? Who else we had a question about? Corey Dillon. I don't think he ever won one because I know he came to the Patriots, but I don't think they won while he was there. Maybe they didn't know. Yeah, he do have Super Bowl. Yep, one Super Bowl championship. I think that was with the Patriots. And then who was the other one? Curtis Martin. Nah, he's Hall of Fame, but not Super Bowl. Thurman Thomas didn't. Jamal Lewis. Yup. He got Super Bowl with the I want to say with the Ravens. So yeah, I mean, some of these guys are very pivotal. They got their rings. They were somebody, so.
Yeah. Next, guess this player: 2013 to 2017, Arizona Cardinals; 2018, Houston Texans; 2019 to 2021, Kansas City Chiefs; and then 2022 to present.
Oh, I don't know.
You did know this person. Jim? Yeah.
13 and 17, 18 with one team, Chiefs for 2 years.
Who recently just left the Chiefs and went to
Oh, the Honey Badger?
yeah.
Mm.
Tyrann Mathieu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Riddle time. Okay.
Huh.
Only
Did you
one
make this?
team, huh?
Did you make
You
this?
guys- No, I didn't make this. I found it on
Uh,
Sport. Only one team has appeared in a Super Bowl in 4 straight decades, and only one person was on the field for all 4 Super Bowls. Name that team and person. So one team appeared in a Super Bowl in 4 straight decades, and one person was
what
on the field for all 4 Super Bowls.
was it? A recent decade?
Yeah.
It's not the Patriots.
No.
No, because they went 2000s, 10s, and 20. Not even 10s. Wasn't Steelers.
No.
So it had to be the 90s, the 2000s, the 10s, and the 20s, right?
I got it.
The 10s, the 2000s, the 90s, and the 80s.
Oh, the 80s. We're going 80s. Okay,
So you can also yeah, so yes.
it wasn't the Cowboys. I'll take that
Oh.
much. It wasn't the
Just guess one team and one person.
well, once you figure the team out, you can figure out the person.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the Bills because they went on in the 90s.
All four of them.
Yeah. It ain't the Eagles.
Do you want the answer?
Yeah, because I think hold on.
June, do you know?
I'm thinking really hard right now.
It ain't Denver.
What was the last
Okay,
decade?
stop saying who it ain't. Just who do you think it is?
I'm trying. That's process of elimination.
You said 2000 was the last decade?
80, 90s, 2010, and the 10s. So, yeah, bro. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have a good idea.
The Rams.
No.
No, it's not the Rams. 49ers.
No. Do you guys want the answer?
Yeah.
The New York Giants.
What?
They have a Super Bowl win in 1987.
They do.
Or 1991 against
Mhm.
Buffalo Bills, 2008,
Against the
and then
Patriots.
2012.
Against the
Now,
Patriots.
the person who was on the field for all 4 Super Bowls was Bill Belichick, because he was with the Giants for 87 and 91,
Crazy.
Yeah.
and then he was on the field with the Patriots for 2008 and 2012.
You know what's funny about this, right? because I also want to think that Tom Coughlin was there as well. He was the offensive coordinator on the Giants when they won, and then he was the head coach for the Giants when they won. But I don't know if he was there for both Super Bowls. I know he was there for one. I don't know if he was there for both.
Yep. So
Yeah.
Bill Belichick is the person who was on the field for all 4 Super Bowls, and the Giants was the team that appeared in a Super Bowl in 4 decades.
You know what? I could have guessed Giants if I would have thought about that championship in '87 with the one with LT, because that's I want to say that's when he got MVP that year too. Are you bullshitting?
Okay. Build your perfect defensive line room with $10.
Defensive line.
We'll let June go first.
Oh yeah.
Let me zoom in.
With $10?
Yep, $10. Yeah, insides and edge. So the rule is you have to have at least one insider and one edge.
All right. Aaron Donald.
Okay, that's $5. Let me pull out my calculator. Okay.
Reddick.
Okay,
I should have just went across.
that's $2.
Um,
That's $7 total. So you have $3 more.
yeah. I'm gonna go with Allen and Miller. I mean Wilkins and Miller.
Wilkins and Miller.
Hmm.
Okay, you're at $10. All right, Frank.
You said we gotta have one of each.
You have to have at least one IDL and one edge.
Okay.
One inside and one.
I'm taking Miller.
Okay.
Give me. Shit, that's 6. Hold on. Miller. 6. And that's 10 right there. Now, give me Miller Hayward. That's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Because you got Bosa and Watt in the same line.
Mm-hmm.
So I said Hayward and Miller, that's 4.
Yeah, Hayward and Miller, that's $4.
Mm-hmm. Damn, man, that's rough because you have Watt and both in the same line. Boy, so if I got 4 and I go with both, if I go with Watt, that's 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm. Or you could also go with Joey Bosa.
yeah, but then I would move. I can keep Hayward. So that's 6 and 7. But then I had to go to the $2 and the $1 to finish up to 10. You know what? I'm gonna scratch that. I'll do Donald for 5, Miller for 1. That's 6. I'll take Riddick. That's
You're at
8.
$8.
And then I would probably take oh man. Allen. Yeah, I'll take Allen. It's cool. That's 10.
Yeah. So mine, I'm taking TJ, of course. Like who? I don't know why nobody said TJ Watt. I'm taking TJ, that's 4. I'm also going to take Joey Bosa, that's $7. I'm also going to take Reddit, that's $2. And then I'm going to do Miller for $1, that's 10. That's iconic as fuck. That right there is icon.
But those are all edge. You don't have an inside.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Scratch
Yeah,
Reddit.
come
I'm
on.
taking.
Oh,
Sorry,
goodness.
scratch.
Good catch, Frank. You're trying to get away with
Thank
a
you,
fast
because
one
I
there.
did. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so I want to keep Reddit. So I'm going, and I want to keep Joey. So I'm gonna do TJ for 4, Hayward for 3. That's 7. Reddit, and then Miller. That's also iconic as hell. Icon.
I don't understand why they have Parsons so high. I think Bose has been more consistent. I think both Bose has been more consistent. I mean,
I think Watt has been more consistent too. It's just the hype around his name, Michael Parsons.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Top 28 quarterbacks since 2000. Do we agree?
Since 2000?
Since 2000. So, mind you, so there is a total of 28 quarterbacks on this list.
What are the 4?
No, it's not by team.
Oh,
because you have people from Kansas City. Yeah.
So
like,
I agree.
Andy Dalton over Joe Burrow.
No, hell no. That's
what I said. Do you agree?
I haven't got that far down yet. I'm looking at because I was looking for Mahomes. That's what I really was looking for. Mahomes.
All right, so let's look at top 10. At number 10 since 2000. At number 10, they have Russell Wilson, Phillip Rivers 9, Brett Favre 8, Eli Manning 7, Ben Roethlisberger 6, Patrick Mahomes 5, Drew Brees 4, Aaron Rodgers 3, Peyton Manning 2, and number 1 Tom Brady for
Here's,
top 10.
here's why I have a problem with that list. Brett Favre won his last Super Bowl in 97. January 26, 1987. The Packers won a Super Bowl. That was his first Super Bowl. He went back to back, but he lost to the Broncos in 98. Phillip Rivers never won a Super Bowl. Russell did. Matthew just won his. Matt Ryan.
No, 10, top 10.
Oh, my bad. Top 10. So, yeah. So, I would move Phillip Rivers down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I probably would move Brett Favre down as well. And I love Brett Favre. But looking at the list, number 1, Brady got Super Bowls. Peyton got 2. Aaron has 1. Breeze has 1. Mahomes has 2. Ben has 2. Eli has 2. Russell has 1. Out of that top 10, Brady's been to what, 10 with winning 7. Peyton's been to 3, winning 2. Rodgers only been to 1. Breeze been to 1. Mahomes been to 3, winning 2. Ben went to 3, winning 2. Eli went to 2 for 2. And Russell went to 2, winning 1. So it's hard, bro. Anybody that got a Super Bowl in this era, in that time frame, I would automatically move up because they won in the 2000s.
I have a question.
What's up?
Looking at where Andy Dalton and Derek Carr is at number 18 and number 19, right? Do you put them above Kurt Warner, Josh Allen, and Michael Vick?
No. No, because Kurt Warner went to the Super Bowl. He went to the Super Bowl against the Steelers when Ben beat him. You know what I'm saying? And he took the Rams. The greatest show on turf was in the 90s, though. But still, he went to the Cardinals and he went to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
No, Allen. Andy Dalton hasn't been relevant since he was in the Bengals. Let's just be honest. And when he was in the Bengals, he had
Bengals. He still wasn't relevant.
Yeah, but I mean, even he had Ocho Cinco and Husmanzada, and they had other weapons there. He wasn't like he was the main guy. You know, Alex Smith was consistent. He was an efficient quarterback for 49ers and the Chiefs. He just couldn't he couldn't throw the big ball downfield. He was too conservative. Kirk Cousins, Carson Palmer, Romo, no. Nah. No, Vic. Okay, so
Drew, wait, Drew. Dude, what moves would you make on this list? Because there's one quarterback on here who I think should have been up here, and that's a quarterback who, because if you have quarterbacks with 1 Super Bowl ring, right, on here, there's one quarterback who has a Super Bowl ring that's not on here.
Oh, where's Nick Foles?
Yeah.
Just
no, but like I would put like because honestly, if you're thinking about it, either him or Frank, we can't see you
because he said Nick Foles.
Nick Foles beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Nick Foles got the Eagles their first Super Bowl championship. But if you think about it, that year, even if you don't want to say, oh, it's not because of Nick Foles, even if you don't want to say because it's not because of Nick Foles, you can either throw Carson Wentz up there if you're gonna have fucking Andy Dalton or Derek Carr up there.
No, listen, no. Look.
Yes.
You gonna put Tyrod Taylor up there too?
No.
He got a Super Bowl ring.
No.
He do.
As a starter?
Nah, he's a backup. He got a ring. Yeah. Your boy was a backup until he got hurt.
He didn't start.
Hey, because if that's the case, you're missing Jimmy G. You know?
Yeah. Because at least, you're right. Because he got what, 2 or 3 rings?
But I would put Jimmy G on his list before Derek Carr on his list of what he's done with the 49ers since he left New England.
I agree.
I would take Andrew Luck out and add Jimmy G. To be honest with you, if I had to take somebody, I would take Andrew Luck. To be honest with you,
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm laughing because it's Nick Foles, but giving credit to he did get a ring, right? It depends. What is this criteria we basing it on?
But you have Joe Flacco up here who also
Has a ring.
A ring, and then did absolutely nothing ever since after that ring.
Mm-hmm. And he was the actual starter the whole year.
Yeah.
Like, he earned that. No, I think rings for me, rings matter. Championships matter. If
Yeah, because you play, and I think it should matter for everybody too. Of course, like you want your team to have a winning percent. Like what's a winning to you? But at the end of the day, a Super Bowl ring is what matters the most because you play that game to go to the Super Bowl and to win a ring. You do not play that game to purposely lose every single game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I hate this. I hate this list because it's, man, I would not put Matt Ryan. I probably wouldn't put Romo. I would definitely take off Kirk Cousins. Andy Dalton's gone. Derek Carr wouldn't be up there. Flacco, only because he won a ring, so he'll probably be 28. Alex Smith, Josh Allen. What are we basing on? If we're gonna do that, let's move.
It says top. Yeah, there's no criteria. It's just
But let's take these 28 people here, right? And let's move everybody that has a ring up. So Phillip Rivers out, Russell up, Matthew Stafford up. Flacco will go up behind Stafford. And Kurt Warner, in my opinion, should not be behind. Flacco should be in the top 10, in my opinion. Then let's start looking at who has made Super Bowl appearances. Matt Ryan, McNabb, Cam Newton. Steve McNair went to the Super Bowl, lost. Mike Vick, I think, went to the Super Bowl, lost. Or went to the NFC Championship and lost. That's what I would do. And then everybody else falls under that. Top 28 quarterbacks since 2000. You got to base it on something.
Yeah, but there's no that's literally what the picture said. It didn't say based on X, Y, and Z.
Nah, Luck retired early, but he was a beast when he was in. Kurt Warner, 23.
Yeah, I don't. They didn't put who made this list either. It's just
you got Ryan Tannehill up there. Come on, bro. Okay, you know what, June? To satisfy you, I would take Tannehill out and put Nick Foles at 28.
That's it, man. I'm not even asking for a whole lot. Just get my dude up there.
You know what I'm saying? Because he does
his own statue, damn
it. I gave him a statue like Rocky, bro.
Let's go.
Fucking Eagles.
Hey, he earned that statue.
He did. He sure did. He went to the Super Bowl, ran up and down that damn defense.
Nope.
See, I'm gonna let you enjoy your win because we're not gonna talk about how Brady put up over 500 passing yards. 500 beat his own record from the year previous, and still lost the game. Like, how, Bill? Bill, you couldn't figure out one play to stop. You couldn't do one thing. Like, all you needed was one defensive stop. Bro, listen.
I think Patricia, man, and it's crazy, man, because Matt Patricia is in our roster now. You know, it's kind of crazy, or in our staff.
And after that, he went to the Lions. They gave him all that money. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
The following year, Joe Flores was the damn defensive coordinator. It's crazy, bro. They didn't start Mike. Look, bro, that another Belichick freaking moment, bro. I'm telling you, Jesus.
Okay, so this is the NFL without conferences. So you have the North, the South, the East, and the West. So you have in the North, Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens, Minnesota Vikings, Pittsburgh Steelers, Green Bay Packers, Detroit Lions, Cleveland Browns, Chicago Bears. The South, you have Atlanta Falcons, Jacksonville Jaguars, Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts, and the Tennessee Titans. In the East, you have the Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, New York Jets, New York Giants, Dallas Cowboys, New England Patriots, Washington Commanders. And in the West, you have Kansas City Chiefs, 49ers, Los Angeles Chargers, Las Vegas Raiders, Seattle Seahawks, Los Angeles Rams, Arizona Cardinals, and the Denver Broncos. So if this was, let's say this was the new NFL, who do you think top 3 teams out of the North, South, East, and West. So we'll start with Frank, and then, so Frank, who is your top 3? Who do you think will be the top 3
North
teams
is going to be
North?
Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers.
South.
South would be Jags, Texans, and Colts. The East would be Eagles, Bills, and Dolphins, just based on what they're doing right now. In the West, it'll be Chiefs, 49ers, and Chargers, just like that.
Jim?
He said top 3?
And each.
Yeah.
So for North?
The North. Yeah, the North. This year, and I'm just going off of this year, I'm gonna go with the Bengals, with the Ravens, and the Lions. This year. The South, I'm gonna go with the Jags.
You said for the North, you said Bengals, Ravens, and Lions?
Yeah.
Okay.
The South, I'm gonna go with the Jags, the Panthers, and the shit. I will go with Tennessee, but they had that 8-game losing streak. They might continue that. So I'm gonna go with the Texans in the South. In the West, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, the Niners, and the Chargers. And then in the East, the number 1 killer fly Eagles, fly the Eagles. That's 1. The Bills and the Dolphins.
So for the North, I'm going to go Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Detroit Lions. For the South, I'm going to go Jacksonville Jaguars, Carolina Panthers, the Houston Texans. For the East, I'm going to go Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo Bills, and New York Jets. And then for the West, I'm going to go Kansas City Chiefs, 49ers, and Chargers. Now, if you notice, so there's 8 teams per conference, right? I think this will kind of low-key be smart because, listen, you will have to play each team in your conference twice. That's 14 games. And then 1 team from the South, East, and West. And that's 17 games right there. How dope would that be?
So if that's the case, I'm moving the Colts out of the South and I'm putting them in the East. I'm taking the Cowboys out of the East and putting them in the South. It makes no sense. I would move the Chiefs from the West to the North, and I'll take Green Bay and put them from where they're at over to the West.
But Green Bay is not in the West.
But they're not in, well, they're North, but they're not really the North either.
No, but like if you're looking at a United States map.
Yeah.
So
but
this is like
the Cowboys in the East.
No, they're not. They're in the South. You're right.
Yeah. So I would move them out.
I would move them, but also Pittsburgh Steelers is more East than it is North.
Yeah, you can swap them out. I mean, but the Cowboys being the East, I would move them to the South. I would take the Colts out of the South. You could put them in the North, or you could put them in the East. Chiefs are not really West; they're Midwest. And you know how I'm looking at this time zones too.
Bless you, Toby.
San Francisco Chargers, Raiders, Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals, and Broncos are all 3 hours behind us. Well, behind me in June. They're the same time zone as you. So Chiefs aren't. I don't think Chiefs are West. I don't think they're Pacific Standard Time. I think they're Central or Mountain.
All right. Next, I think we only have a few more. Rank these games. So NFL Pro Bowl, NBA All-Stars, MLB All-Stars, and NHL All-Stars. I don't watch baseball or hockey. I slowly started watching hockey. So I'll go Pro Bowl, NBA All-Stars, hockey, then baseball.
It depends what you're looking at. I think NFL and Pro Bowl, Pro Bowl and All-Star, NBA All-Star is all a joke now. There's no defense being played. It doesn't have a value, I don't think. So if I had to rank them, it'd probably be baseball, hockey, and then NBA and NFL last. I think the way we play it is stupid. I don't think it means anything. See the West and I don't know for hockey though, but I know for baseball and basketball, it's a break in the middle of the season. A lot of teams come out of that winning. I think
We
with
look at the 76ers last year.
yeah. No,
Okay.
with baseball, isn't it the winner of the AL or the National League or American League, whoever wins, they get home field advantage during the playoffs or something like that?
It used to be, and now they changed it. Yeah, it used to be, and they went back to I think it's best record now. Yeah, but it used to be that, and they just changed it back a couple of years ago, like 3 years ago.
All right, June, you want to rank these real fast? Because I think we have like 2 more pictures left.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with baseball, NBA. I don't watch NHL, but NHL, and then the Pro Bowl is hard. It's hard to watch nowadays.
I love it. Look at
I mean,
little
it's good. I love it too, but she's, I mean,
okay.
playing flag football now.
Who is your GOAT at each position? Like, this is your GOAT. Like, who is your greatest of all time? Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. So June goes first.
All time? Good. That's tough.
Okay, we'll do last 10 years. Last 10 years. Who is your GOAT last 10 years?
My GOAT, right? Me.
Yours. Yeah, yours. You. This is your Mount Rushmore.
Nick Foles, Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz.
The team that won the Super Bowl.
I can't even think about running back right now.
Running back is.
Well, I was kind of debating on Darren Sproles, but I'm gonna go with Darren Sproles.
Okay, you're done putting.
And you're tight end. You're tight end.
Zach Ertz.
Okay. Frank, your GOAT last 10 years. Like, who is your Mount Rushmore last 10 years?
Oh, 10 years?
Yes, last 10 years.
Well, obviously, it's Tom Terrific gonna be up there. Wide receiver, I would have to say somebody, man, that's dynamic and that's gonna be clutch at any time. And to me, that's gonna be Tyreek Hill. I mean, he's a game changer running back. I'm probably gonna go I'll probably go Derrick Henry. He's on his game, and a lot of people can't stop him. And I think with a good wide receiver out there that could take the top off it allows him to get busy. And then tight end, it's gonna be in the last 10 years. And I'm not even gonna put up Gronk because Gronk was injured a lot. I would probably put up Kittle. I think I love Kittle's gameplay. He reminds me of Gronk a lot. He's not scared to block. He's not scared of, pass protect, and he gets out there and gets busy. So I would go Brady, Hill, Henry, and Kittle for me.
I'm gonna go Benjamin Todd as my quarterback last 10 years as my GOAT. My wide receiver, this might be a little controversial, but we're going last 10 years, and this player has done a lot for my franchise, and that is going to be Antonio Brown. And then my running back, of course, Le'Veon Bell, the killer bees right there. And then for tight end, I'm gonna put Travis Kelce. No, George Kittle. Put George Kittle.
Okay.
Okay, yep, and this is the last picture. So pick your top 3. So you have Palomalo, Dawkins, Chancellor, Lynch, Reed, Tatum, Taylor, and Atwater.
Oh, this is hard. This is, again, you're an asshole for this. There's no way in hell you could pick top 3, but I'm going Palomalo. I'm going Dawkins. And I'm going to go Ronnie Lott. That's my top three, because really Reed could be up there. Chancellor definitely could be up there. Lynch was a beast. Tatum crippled people.
Taylor was a beast too.
Yep, Taylor was a beast, and Atwater was good, but Tatum used to cripple people. So I mean, being that I didn't see Tatum play, Palomalo is always by far one of my favorite safeties.
Isn't that a great picture?
Hmm?
Don't we love this picture?
Yeah, he was a problem, bro. Like, the dude was amazing. Dawkins was a beast for the Eagles. He was like the Ray Lewis to the Eagles, like Ray Lewis was to the Ravens. And then Ronnie Lott, bro. Ronnie Lott had his finger cut off in a game and went outside and back to play. Ooh, I'll take that. That's heart. That's dedication. What that's called? Give a.
Come here.
He has it. He's committed to excellence in the non-fair treatment of all people.
You stupid.
All right, June.
Hey, Palomalo, Dawkins, and Reed.
Okay.
I think I enjoyed all their games. All the other ones I caught here and there. Obviously, I was a lot younger for the other ones, but I mean, if I had to, top three right off the rip, Palomalo, Dawkins, and Reed.
I also agree with June, Palomalo, Dawkins, and Reed, mainly because I watched them play a lot more than the others. I know who the others are as well, but yeah, I'll go Palomalo, Dawkins, and Reed. And then that is all we have for today's episode. So I'll close out first, then June, and then Frank will be our final closer. So it was a pleasure doing this with you guys. Can't wait to do it again next weekend with you guys. If we can record next weekend, it'll probably be on Sunday for me best, but we'll discuss that. I hope everyone has a great week and a great weekend. We're so much closer to football. Preseason's about to start. We have training camps coming up. So I'm very, very excited for this 2023-2024 NFL season. And that is all I have. June?
Hey, super dope. Again, being on here again 2 weeks in a row, breaking records.
Toby.
Super dope. Have fun. Miss Nikki out here. She's doing her thing, and got my fingers crossed for her, and I'm sure all three of us do. For the results to drop any day.
You said drop when?
I wish everybody it should be in the next week or two.
FTS should be soon.
Yeah.
Right, it's at the end of the month.
Well, shit. Still, but early prayers. But yeah. Hey, happy to be here. It's Saturday. Frank and Bree, I'm gonna send you guys the Zoom link to my first ever thing.
First ever.
I got y'all. Pretty dope.
I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, another great episode, Bree. Thank you for the topics. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have more and more coming up as we get close to the season, injuries and stuff like that. Look, it's always good to take time out to do this. We do this because we love the sport, we love the game, we love getting together and discussing it. Stay tuned for more. Like I said, September 7th, we'll be recording all together for the first time. And then we're watching the first game of the season together. And then the 8th, I'm retiring. So big things coming our way, big things coming your way as well as we grow. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, comment, let us know what you want to see more of, what you think we could do better of, and go from there, or message us individually, and we'll read it and adjust. Thank you for listening to Frank Presents the Play Call. Have a good night.
Bye.